So I'm here with Natalie Joy Quesnel at the 2010 Ottawa Fringe Festival media launch. Natalie is the executive producer for the 2010 Ottawa Fringe Festival, and as I understand, this is your first year in this position.
Yes.
How excited are you?
Oh, so excited I can barely contain it. I'm shaking, honestly. I've been shaking for about a week now. I'm really, really excited.
Well, there's a lot to be excited about for this festival as well. As I understand, you're bringing back a lot of the a lot of performers and a lot of regular events, if you will, that the people know and love. But there's some new stuff happening as well this time around.
Yes.
Lots to get excited about. If you want to tell me a little bit about the new stuff that you guys have put on this year.
Sure. One of our new initiatives I'm really excited about is our Mini Fringers Make a Scene. And it's essentially a Saturday afternoon drama camp for kids between 4 and 13 years of age. Parents can drop their kids off at the courtyard, leave for 3 hours, go see a couple of shows, come back, and their kids perform a little play for them. So it's perfect for the Fringe because the shows are usually about an hour long, so it's great. You can catch a couple shows, grab a beer while your kids are enjoying themselves doing drama, so it's kind of ideal. And it's sponsored by Orleans Young Players Theatre School, which is an organization that's very close to my heart. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And our other new initiative is the Artist Series, which is a lunchtime thing from the Monday to the Friday of the second week. And it's just a way for audience members to interact with the artists and sit down in a more casual setting and talk about really important things to the Ottawa community and to the theater community, but in a kind of informal setting, you know. Sandwiches, mustard, dirtiness, loveliness. It's all good. It's all good. And the other thing that we're doing is our Fringe It Forward campaign, which I'm very excited about. It's a fundraising initiative for the Ottawa Fringe, as well as Hopewell Eating Disorder Clinic, Jared's Vision, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Ottawa. And it's just, it's pretty simple, you know, drop your change into a bucket sort of a thing, and, you know, half of it comes to the festival to help us be able to continue producing, and the other half is split up among the other 3 charities. Now, the reason why this is so exciting for us is because 100% of our ticket sales go directly to the artists, which some patrons aren't aware of, which, you know, begs the question, how does the Fringe survive? Well, we survive because of community support and governmental support. So the fact that we can also fundraise now, too, is an exciting part of the festival.
The Fringe is in its 14th year, correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, looking back, I mean, the festival's obviously come a long way.
Yes.
You said also earlier that this is one of the festivals with the most, you know, you've got the most performers that you guys have ever had.
Yes.
How many local acts are we looking at this year?
I can't remember the exact amount, but it's over half. Essentially, our lottery, we draw half of the available spots for our local performers, and then the rest is split between national and international. But we have a lot of local BYOVs this year, so yeah, there's a really strong local component this year.
Now, the other thing you mentioned was that with the Fringe Festival and the Fringe Feast this year, there's something for everyone.
Yes.
For those people who are either from town or out of town, who've never been to the Fringe Festival before and are a little unsure of what to expect, what can they expect coming to the Fringe Festival this year?
They can expect... This is going to sound quite silly. They can expect the unexpected. That's kind of horrible. That doesn't make sense, but it makes complete sense to me. I mean, the principle is very simple. You can buy your tickets in advance, but you don't have to. You can literally show up at the venue, pick a show out of the program, out of the dozens that are going on every evening. Just pick a show randomly, show up about an hour before, buy your $10 or less ticket, so it's extremely well priced, and see something potentially wonderful, potentially god-awful. Like, that's what's great about it. And then the awesome part too is that you get to go to the courtyard afterwards, and the artists are sometimes there, so you can go right up to them and say, I just saw your show. I have some questions, and that's amazing. Or you can sit down next to someone who loved the show and you hated it and have this awesome discussion. But the point about it is that it's open that way. There is no judgment, there is no clique element to it. It's accessible to pretty much everyone. And if you have a sort of freedom in yourself to take a bit of a risk and take the plunge to see something that you're not sure about, well, so what if it's bad? It was an hour of your time and $10 of your time. I mean, you spend less time and more time and more money going to the movies.
Exactly.
So it's kind of exciting in that sense, but chances are you'll be rewarded. because I have very rarely heard of an audience member leaving a show and not finding something awesome and redeeming about every show they've seen at the Fringe.
Well, that's excellent, and so much to look forward to. So take the plunge and be rewarded at the 2010 Ottawa Fringe Festival, the Fringe Feast, this June, coming up in a couple of weeks.